May is Mental Health Month, and I've had the pleasure, the honor, and the opportunity to speak with someone who's written about hardships in troubling times, as well as friendships. That person is former First Lady Michelle Obama, the forever First Lady who's written the book, the New York Times bestseller, The Light We Carry. I got a chance to ask the former First Lady a few questions about isolation and friendships, particularly about our young people and their dependence and love with technology that seems to isolate them so to the point where some have considered suicide. Mrs. Obama talked about how to reverse that trend.
Thanks so much, April. This is a very important question and a complicated one, as it's no secret that the way young people are interacting with each other and the world as a whole has changed drastically over the past decade or so. And phones and social media are, of course, a big part of that. As always, parents can play a huge role here in helping their kids develop healthy patterns. And the best way to do that is probably by modeling it ourselves. If our kids see us glued to our phones, responding to texts at the dinner table or scrolling through our feeds on social media whenever we have a down second, they're going to see that kind of behavior as acceptable. So as parents, we need to be aware of how we're acting too. But it's not all on parents. We've all got to think about how often we're using our phones. Of course, phones aren't all bad. During the pandemic, it was one of the few ways that we could keep ourselves afloat with all the video chats and the phone calls and the virtual movie nights. But now that the harshest lockdowns appear to be behind us, I think there's a part of us that has just gotten used to sitting at home and scrolling. And that's just not how we're wired. Being social, actually interacting face to face, is a real need for us as humans. So I believe there's got to be a way to find the middle ground, to embrace the good aspects of technology, but to set some boundaries for ourselves so that we can continue to maintain healthy in-person relationships too. And our phones can actually help with that, because that group chat you're in, those are your future dinner companions. Your gamer community, you can plan a meetup with those who are nearby. There's just so many opportunities to use technology to enhance our humanity instead of detracting from it.
And for those of you who are still wondering, the former First Lady still believes that we must take the higher ground.
For me, going high is like a line in the sand. It's meant to keep us accountable to our higher selves, to the values of dignity and decency we believe in. And here's the thing about going high. It might not always feel like it's working. It might feel like you're letting the haters off the hook. But believe me, it works. It works. It works on a personal level because you're choosing not to degrade yourself and dim your own light. You're choosing hope. And going high works on a public level too. It reminds folks that there is always a better way. It raises the expectations for others to go high too. And over the long run, going high wins. We've seen that again and again and again. Now, of course, the folks who go low will appear to come out on top from time to time. But if we lead with goodwill, if we keep our eyes set on the horizon, if we stay true to our values, we'll not only feel better about who we are as individuals, we'll help build the world we hope to see. See, that's why I'll always stand by going high.
Thank you, former First Lady Michelle Obama, for the honor of this interview. Michelle Obama, The Light podcast, is available wherever you get your podcasts. Also, there's a Netflix special, too, you need to check out with Oprah. On the final tour stop for her 2022 bestseller, The Light We Carry, Michelle Obama unpacked her toolbox, sharing personal stories, hard-won wisdom, practical advice, and hearty laughs in a wide-ranging conversation with her pal Oprah. The conversation is available now on Netflix now.